Have you ever wondered why some people always seem to have an extra gear? No matter the context, school, work, relationships, or sports, everything just seems to work for them, as if they were playing with a stacked deck. And then there are those who, despite effort and sacrifice, always seem to stumble and fail. Is it just a matter of luck or genetics? Maybe, but that's not the whole truth. The reality is, there's something behind the scenes, something most people don't even notice, that makes all the difference. And if you've ever felt stuck, then stay with me, because in this video, I'll reveal the invisible mechanisms that shape our success, and understanding how they work can be the first real step toward breaking free and finally building your own path to success. Let's take sports as an example. There's an invisible factor that massively affects success, but very few people know about it. Imagine two kids, Luke and Paul. They were both born in the year 2000. The only difference? Luke was born in January, Paul in December. 8 years later, they're in the same school, playing on the same soccer team. They train the same amount, they have the same passion. But Luke is clearly ahead, faster, stronger, better. Why? Simple. Even though they're technically the same age, Luke is almost a full year older than Paul. And when you're a kid, a year makes a huge difference. It means being more developed physically, more coordinated, more mature. It's not about talent or effort, it's just a matter of timing. This phenomenon has a name, the relative age effect, and it was popularized by Malcolm Gladwell in his book, Outliers. Basically, when people are grouped by birth year, like in school or sports, those born in the first few months often get an early advantage, and these advantages pile up over time. Don't believe it? If you look at the birth months of professional soccer players, you'll notice the vast majority were born in the first part of the year. And it's not a coincidence. The same pattern appears in almost every sport. So what's the result? The younger kids in the group are more likely to repeat a grade or be seen as less talented. Not because they actually are, but simply because they've had fewer months to develop. But here's where things get really interesting. You might think that as we grow up, these small differences disappear. In reality, the opposite happens. A tiny early advantage turns into a massive gap over time. Why? Because those who start ahead get more attention from teachers, more opportunities, more trust. In sports, the older and more physically mature kids are chosen more often, which means they train more, improve faster, get into better teams, and receive advanced coaching, which makes them even better. That's how a small head start turns into a huge lead. Psychologists call this the Matthew effect, from the Gospel of Matthew. To those who have, more will be given. To those who have not, even what they have will be taken away. In simple terms, those who start ahead have more chances to keep winning. Those who start behind struggle to catch up. And this happens everywhere, in sports, school, work, and life. A concrete example, imagine two college graduates. One has wealthy parents, the other doesn't. One can get help buying a house or paying off student loans. The other has to manage rent, bills, and debt with their paycheck. The first can start investing and building wealth early. The second often struggles to save even a few dollars. And this gap keeps growing, creating a vicious cycle. But here's the key. This doesn't mean your destiny is fixed. You're not doomed to fail just because you were born in December or didn't have help along the way. There are exceptions. Plenty of professionals were born late in the year, and countless people started from zero and built extraordinary lives. How?
By leveraging another powerful psychological mechanism, the winner effect. Imagine two mice in a tube, pushing against each other until one forces the other out. Researchers found that the winning mouse, if challenged again, is much more likely to win again, and the losing mouse, much more likely to lose again. Yet both mice are equally strong and healthy. So what changed? The winner gained confidence and a boost in testosterone. The loser lost confidence. It's the same thing with us. The more we win, the more confident we feel, and the more likely we are to keep winning. The more we lose, the more we doubt ourselves, and the more failure repeats itself. It's a cycle. But here's the good news. You don't need to win a marathon or build a company to trigger the winner effect. You just need to feel like you've won. Here's an example. You see someone you like on the street, and you find the courage to go talk to them. But they tell you they're already in a relationship. On the surface, that's a failure. But if you reframe it, if you recognize that you faced your fear and took action, that's a victory. A small one, maybe, but enough to boost your self-confidence. And your brain doesn't distinguish between a real win and a perceived one. What matters is how you interpret it. Even getting up early in the morning, something that might seem trivial, can be a win if it's a step forward compared to yesterday. And stacking small wins is the most practical way to reverse a negative spiral. So yes, factors like the relative age effect and the Matthew effect can influence success, but your mindset and your ability to build positive momentum are the real weapons that can change your destiny. You can't change the past, but you can change the present, and with it, your future. Now that you understand these psychological mechanisms, it's time to use them to your advantage. Start by developing winning habits in your daily life, just like I explain in the video linked here. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more videos that will help you grow, improve, and become the best version of yourself, one step at a time.